Hey Kai, welcome back. How's everything going?
Everything's going great. Had a solid weekend. Knocked off nationally ranked Long Beach State, and then lost to Bakersfield. But kids played hard. Just didn't execute in the final third. But a promising weekend.
So we're week 6 now. I know you kind of like to call it in thirds. How would you assess the first third of your season?
I think the team responded very well to our preseason training, to the schedule that was laid out in front of them. I think we overachieved at times, which is perfectly fine. And I think a 6-1 record is fair. And I think they've set themselves to be ready for the next segment of their season.
Your next segment of the season starts off on the road.
Yep.
You've only had one road trip so far this season. How'd that first road trip go, and kind of what do you expect with this one?
Yeah, I think the Utah trip sets us up very well for the Arkansas trip. I think you go to Utah and lose both games, it's hard to keep your team confident for the next one, but I think they achieved something that hasn't been done here in probably a while, which is travel out of state and win 2 games on the road and shut out 2 teams. So I think that our confidence will be there. I'm not afraid of our confidence or our work rate. Those two I fully expect to be there this weekend, and then now our talent has to take over. So I think we're prepared for it. I think our team has a great positive attitude right now, and they're excited for the next game, not worried about the next game, which is good. And I mean, you can't ask for anything else but to play at 7 o'clock on a Friday night at a BCS SEC school.
Your team went nearly 500 minutes without giving up a goal. That late goal against Cal State Bakersfield. Tough one to give up. How's the team responding after shutting out 4 straight opponents and giving up one late in that game?
Yeah, I think that night they were upset. Losing a game, first time losing a game for some of them in college. So I think they're upset, but I mean, yesterday we had a quality training. Good effort, good quality. I think they were reorganized, resharpened. Not saying we weren't sharp, but I felt a new heightened level of let's not be afraid to be nationally ranked, being 6-1, but let's be excited. It's fine being the hunted. Let's go after the game and not be afraid of the game.
Cal State Bakersfield keeper made a lot of good saves, but aside from that, a lot of good quality scoring opportunities. Mm-hmm. What do you do after a game like that to, I'm not going to say get on the team, but to kind of make sure that those situations don't play out again?
Yeah, well, we have striker training today, so before practice, so we're going to get in front of goal a couple more times, make sure they're confident and see the ball hit the back of the net. And for me, I have absolutely no problem telling our strikers, if you want the glory for scoring goals in games, you also have to take the blame for getting shut out. So they need to take the personal responsibility, and so will I, as one of the striker more specific coaches, for our unit not getting the game winners or the goals that put us ahead. But I think they're so competitive that our kids are pretty tough on themselves, and I expect another good day of finishing today and having that confidence again on Friday. And I fully expect our kids to look to explode in front of net on Friday.
Looking forward to this upcoming week. Arkansas comes into the game 3-3 overall. They just had an overtime win over Missouri State. What do you look for in Arkansas to start this week?
I mean, not comparing them to a football team, but I expect them to be like a football, like SEC, BCS, bigger, stronger, probably more athletic than we are. It's probably going to be hot with rain and thunder, which makes no sense to us California people. But, you know, they knocked off a very good ACC team in Miami. So I expect them to come after us with everything, which is exciting. I mean, that's what you want to play against. So I expect them to go for the win very early, and definitely not a team that's going to sit in versus us, which is good, which is going to allow our kids to try to match what they do and at some point try to go at a higher rate than they do.
You closed the road trip at SMU. You beat SMU a year ago.
Yep.
SMU's 4-2-1 right now.
Mm-hmm.
They've won 4 of their last 5. So they're playing good soccer right now. What do you expect with SMU in that game on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, we've recruited a couple kids out of that area, and we're going to continue to recruit more kids out of the Dallas area, which is good. So it's a big game recruiting-wise for us to win. It's an out-of-region game. They've won their fair share of games, and last year we were down 2-1 at halftime to come back 3-2, and I expect them to be motivated on that and stuff like that. But our goal this weekend is 6 points. I would almost say anything other than 6 points is a disappointment. We're playing the SMU and Arkansas games for the purpose of winning the game. We're not going sitting for a tie. We're not going to be happy with losses. SMU's a quality opponent, just like Long Beach was, but anything other than the result on the road, I think would be a disappointment. So that's what we're playing for.
You're going out of region to play these two games. How important is it for a team to go and win out of region games in soccer?
It's huge, not only for us, but for the WCC in the West region when it comes down to NCAA, stuff like that, when they're comparing region to region on should we take the 7 Western region team or the 5th from the Heartland area. So I think it goes big to that in the comparison and in recruiting. You know, we want the best players in the country to be in the WCC. So we want WCC teams to win out of region. So Texas kids and Dallas kids specifically are looking to come to the WCC and play.
Kai, thank you very much, and good luck this weekend.
Yep, 6 points or bust.